What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. We got a few NASCAR stories to discuss today. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the AllStar Race and more updates to that. So, Underglow is going to be used for the AllStar Race for the locked-in cars. Chevy will use amber for their schemes, Toyota will use red, and Ford will use blue. Let me just say this, I am really excited about this because in my opinion, it looks really cool. If you were at Nashville last year and you watched the burnouts on Broadway, they actually had Underglow on the cars on the boulevard when they did the burnouts. And in my honest opinion, it looked really awesome to see. And another great thing for this All-Star Race, I am so excited for this All-Star Race that is coming up at Bristol because I think it is going to be a really good race. The short track package is amazing. The 750 horsepower where you actually can pass. It's going to be a really fun race, I feel. Low downforce, high horsepower package that we get to see. That is going to be fun to watch. And this just adds to all the stuff that we're going to see in the All-Star Race. Remember, we're seeing number placements, 30,000 fans, just a lot of cool things, including a chase cone as well. We're seeing a lot of cool things, and I love that we're going to see an Underglow at this. It makes it look like, it looks ghetto, to be honest with you, but it looks really awesome to see. On to the next stories. Kansas is going to be sponsored by Superstart batteries for the July Cup race, which is in a partnership with O'Reilly Auto Parts. On top of that, Dover will have both of their Cup races and their Xfinity Series races sponsored by Dryden. So both races in Xfinity Series will be sponsored for the Dryden 200, and both Cup races will be the Dryden 311. That is really awesome to see. And now we get into the final story and kind of a controversial situation. Political schemes. According to Adam Stern, NASCAR is in the early stages of discussing whether to ban political paint schemes in the future, per sources, as the sport has been dealing with multiple controversies and became a cultural flashpoint in America. Let me just say this for the record. I am against this. And the reason I'm against this is I personally do not have a problem with political schemes or schemes that are not going to harm, which is why, in my opinion, CBD oil needs to be allowed to be sponsored in NASCAR as well. I don't understand why NASCAR in general bans CBD oil in sponsorships in NASCAR. I really never understood that. CBD oil, in my opinion, is a great thing. It helps with anxiety, helps with depression. It helps with a lot of things, and I think CBD oil is a great thing. But back on the political schemes, I never had a problem with the Black Lives Matter for Bubba's scheme. I never had a problem with the Trump scheme ran by Corey LaJoie. And I've never had problems with presidential schemes or like the Blue Lives Matter scheme that Kyle Weatherman ran in the Xfinity Series. When we ran at Homestead, I believe. Can't remember which track it was. But I personally have never had a problem with political schemes or schemes that are not harmful. Because now what I understand why NASCAR is considering banning these schemes. Because to be honest with you, NASCAR's been under a lot of backlash for certain situations. Remember, a couple weeks ago, NASCAR banned a Confederate flag, and NASCAR really didn't lose a lot of fans over it. There was a lot of controversy. NASCAR did get a lot of praise from certain aspects, but some people also did not praise NASCAR for this situation. And then we had the new situation not long ago, and then Donald Trump tweeted at NASCAR for banning the Confederate flag, saying that we had the lowest ratings ever, which did not turn out to be true. So NASCAR has been under quite a lot of backlash recently for political schemes, and that's why they're possibly considering, but I just think this would be a bad move because NASCAR, I understand, are trying to create a solution, but in general, you're going to have a lot of backlash for banning political schemes. Imagine if Bubba Wallace's scheme was not allowed in the sport. Some people would be happy, of course, that the sponsor was going to be out of the sport. The Black Lives Matter scheme would be out of the sport, but you would have a lot of people who would not be happy. Similar to the Trump scheme that Corey LaJoie ran. I think that would have been bad for Trump supporters would not have been happy with NASCAR banning it, but people who did not support Donald Trump would be happy with that scheme being banned. So you're not going to make everybody happy in this situation. But what I did not appreciate was the fact that Bubba Wallace got a lot of backlash for his scheme and no appreciation toward Matt DiBenedetto defending Corey LaJoie or Corey LaJoie getting in trouble because he's not the one who makes decisions what sponsorships come into the sport. So in general, I just don't understand why people are wanting this to happen. I've seen a lot of people that want to, and this morning when they said this, I was kind of like, okay, maybe they're going to do this, but I think that it would be a really bad move because anybody, unless it's a bad sponsorship, no sponsors should be banned from the sport, in my honest opinion, because if it's not a bad thing, it can bring sponsorship to these teams. Teams, especially smaller teams, are going to need that money to help fund their organizations. And any money they can bring, even if it's a little bit of money, any money that sponsors can bring to an organization or bring to a team can really help a team a long way. So, like I said, I understand why NASCAR is trying to go for it here. I just think that this is going to be a bad move if they do officially do this. And hopefully, they're not going to do this because I don't want them to do it. I know people would be happy, like I said, if they would do this. But in general, I just hope the NASCAR doesn't have to go to these modes to start banning. Because also, it is a freedom of speech problem. Now, you probably would all say that the Confederate flag would also be a freedom of speech violation, which it could be in a sense. And in my opinion, with the Confederate flag situation, I'm kind of neutral on the situation. I can understand in a sense why people didn't want to ban. I can't be mad at them there, but I can also understand from the moral standpoint. And I'm more on the side of the moral standpoint of NASCAR trying to be more moral. But if you ban political schemes, you're going to run into a lot of more problems than solutions. So you're going to create a lot more problems. But then once again, back on the CBD situation, let's get some of these CBD oil sponsors in NASCAR to kind of help anxiety and depression. Because again, I think CBD oil is a really good thing. And let's push for CBD oil to be in NASCAR, please, guys. I'm a huge supporter of CBD oil. So, anyway, those are a few of the NASCAR stories I wanted to discuss to you guys today. So, anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe to the channel, turn notifications so you can be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Links in the description below for that. And comment your thoughts on today's video. What do you think about political scenes possibly being banned in NASCAR? Let me know in the comments below. And what do you think about the Underglow going under the cars for the AllStar Race? Let me know in the comments below. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a video up tomorrow. I'm hesitant if I am or not. Not sure yet at this moment. But I will have a video up Sunday for the race review of Kentucky. And then during the week, I will have some videos talking about the All-Star Race. And I will also be here in the near future talking about who's in the playoffs and who I think will not be in the playoffs here in the coming weeks. I'll be talking about here very soon. So, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.